afternoon, everybody. It's Monday after Thanksgiving. We're so thankful to have all of you here on the show with us today. It's Family in Focus on PHLV Radio, presented by the Asian Community Development Council. And every week we touch on different issues affecting the Asian American Pacific Islander community all throughout Nevada, and we bring on special guests to kind of touch on these topics. And today, since it's after Thanksgiving, but also looking forward to tomorrow, which is the annual Giving Tuesday. So the focus is on Give Back with ACDC. And as you know, ACDC is a nonprofit that does so much for the community here in Southern Nevada and Northern Nevada as well. But there's so much more that we can do, especially during these tough times with so many people still impacted by COVID-19. And just been 2020, it's just been a rough year for so many people. But there's so many ways to give back, and ACDC wants to be that kind of bridge to help people give back in the most efficient way possible. And we want to reach as many groups as possible out there, especially those who may be facing some barriers like languages and stuff like that. So we want to make sure that people know what the resources are. And that's why it's so great to have PHLV Radio to help, especially getting out to the Filipino American community, but other people who are watching this as well and listening to this on the radio. So first, I want to introduce the guests that we have on the show today. We have the Communications Director of ACDC, Jaewon Jung, is joining us today. She's going to be talking about Giving Tuesday and also Asian Small Business Week. This is a new initiative that we started just this month, and we want to make sure that people know about it. We want to bring on Vice Solano. She's the Family Services Director with ACDC, and she's been just kind of that force behind this emergency services program that we've been giving out so much to the community in terms of food and rental assistance. So she's going to talk about that program with us. And also, for the first time, guest of Family in Focus, but a longtime supporter of ACDC, we have Pannie with us today. She is the founder of CEO of See the Way Consulting. She's also an entrepreneur, a businesswoman. She has business stakes here in Nevada and also in California. She's worked with so many Asian American Pacific Islander community and business owners. So we want to get her perspective on what's happening this month as well. So we're going to get to all our guests in just a little bit. But first, I want to talk to Vice. Vice, I know we've been pushing this program, emergency services program, for a while now, but we do have a deadline coming up, right, where people can apply to get some food assistance and also rental assistance coming up this month and December.
Yes, so we have the Emergency Services Program, in which we aim to support households that were affected by COVID-19. So it's a one-time resource in terms of food and at the same time rental assistance. So if you're facing financial hardship because of pandemic, the Asian Community Development Council is able to provide you, if qualified, for food and rental assistance. So you must be residing in Clark County here in Nevada, and at the same time be able to demonstrate your hardship due to your loss of employment, or even you have reduction in hours, you were furloughed. And from there, we will check your eligibility, and should you be a beneficiary of the food and rental assistance, of course, you will be able to assist you with it.
So basically, and I know we've been trying to get the word out there, especially through the different languages with the flyers that we're showing you right now, Vietnamese community, Thai community, Korean, Chinese, we're getting through to all the media as well here in Southern Nevada to let people know about this. But I think the challenges, Vice, you've been seeing so far is either people are still not knowing about this, or not having the paperwork needed, all the documents needed, right? So what are you telling people out there, just kind of making sure they have everything ready to go?
Yeah, so what's great about our program is that we have case coordinators who are bilingual. So if you are in need of a language assistance such as Korean, Thai, Vietnamese, even Tagalog, or any other language, we will be able to assist you. So in terms of documentation, what we require of our applicants is to provide, a Nevada driver's license, proving that you reside in Clark County. At the same time, with documentations, of course, you have to fill out our application form. At the same time, fill out the COVID-19 statement, information release, and if you are on the verge of getting evicted or you need rental assistance, therefore, we have to request for landlord verification form, assigned landlord verification form, your W-9, a lease agreement, and then from there, we would be able to completely assess your situation.
And when it comes to food assistance, right now, people can actually look at a list, right, of guidelines of basic necessities. And we have to focus this because we want to make sure people know we want to give out the food that people need, especially that's sensitive to the Asian American Pacific Islander community. But there are just, set guidelines of what's considered basic necessities.
That's correct. So with food assistance, we will be providing you with the essential food items. So these are your protein, grains, fruits, and vegetables. And what's very unique with the AAPI community is that, like, for example, in my household, of course, basic nutritional need would be rice. And then at the same time, eggs or milk. So whatever you have, we will also provide you a form in which you will be checking. And that's a basic nutritional needs list. And we will try to get as many items that you need as much as we can, since we are in partnership with the major Asian supermarkets here, such as Seafood City, 99 Ranch Market, and there's one more, 168. So 168, 99 Ranch Market, and Seafood City.
Yeah, and they've been so great in just supporting our organization. As you know, we've had that food drive, multiple food drives, and they've just been a big partner in that way that, to get people to get help through food. But, the important thing here, and the reason we're doing it right now and trying to get the word out as much as possible, Vice, is that there is a deadline. People need to apply as soon as possible, correct?
Yes, so this program is only until December 30 of this year. So if you need help in providing food for your household and also paying for your rent, if you have late rent payments or you have missed any payments, you are at risk of being evicted, please come to us and apply and fill out the forms that are needed, and as much as you can, as early as you can. So just submit your application and reach out to us through the info@acdcnv.org, email us, or contact us at 702-489-8866, and then we'll get your application started.
Yeah, and we'll put up that information again on the comment section of our Facebook page here at ACDC and also at the end of the show. But first, I want to bring in Jaywan. Jaywan, I know you've been talking and interviewing our clients, people who've been recipients of this program, and you've taken some videos with them, you've talked with them in person, they're talking to us about, their needs and what's needed right now. And as we get you in the conversation and get you your microphone on right now, let's talk about, we're going to show you the video that you put together, which is great, just to show the people we've been getting the help to. But what was your reaction? I mean, these are people from all walks of life, right?
Yeah, very diverse stories and very different circumstances for each individual. Our group is often described as a monolith in the media, but, the Asian American community is certainly not a monolith. And you can just see that from talking with all of these individuals. A lot of them lost their job. A lot of them are just working jobs outside of their regular industry that they were working at previously just to make ends meet. So they were so thankful that they found a local nonprofit that's just willing to help them and their family. A lot of them have kids as well. So it's just a huge struggle on multiple facets right now.
Yeah, and you and your team actually gone out in person and buying these groceries because they give us a list of what they need with the funding that they got, and you could just see like the needs in the community and then the basic things that you're picking up from the supermarket.
Sorry, my dog is barking in the background there, but yes, certainly there is a lot of needs in the community right now. And as Vice discussed before, what's really unique about this program is that we are willing to cater to people's ethnic food needs. So for example, I know in Korean families, you know, kimchi is a staple for us. So if we don't have kimchi, I mean, we won't be able to make the week.
Kimchi is my staple, and I'm not even Korean, so I love it. So you know what? I think it's a good time to show this video and let people see kind of the faces of our clients. So we can run that video and that Jaewon and her team put together.
Today is Giving Tuesday, and in honor of this, we want to take a moment to highlight how we've been giving back to the community. Our community was undeniably hurt from this pandemic. Some people contracted the virus.
I had like fever for 2 weeks.
Others lost their job.
My husband doesn't have a job.
Well, I was having to close down my business.
And then eventually I was let go from where I work.
I was laid off from both of my jobs.
We both lost our jobs.
We wanted to make ends meet for all the struggling families.
Oh, it's definitely going to help us a lot. The money that we definitely were supposed to use for food can be used towards other things now.
I'm a single mom. I have lived with me with my mom as well. And then I just, when the pandemic happened, I just got laid off from my work. I just like on demand for the unemployment that I receive is not enough. And then I have also that, like, you know, I'm the breadwinner.
So the food is definitely going to help me by stretching my dollar a little bit. They did provide a lot of the staples and the necessities that we use.
Before I was full-time, and then when the COVID came, they reduced the hours, so it's really hard for us.
A lot of my bills had to be put on the side, like my mortgage, and with unemployment not really being enough, this is really helping.
Actually, I lost my job first, and then after a month, I got back a job, and then I got COVID because I was working as a health worker, and then I stopped working for more than a month because I got COVID. I mean, I'm so very thankful we got those foods. I mean, God knows how thankful I am that we have some food we can put in our refrigerator, in the freezer.
Napapasalamat po kami na nagkaroon ng tulong dahil sa pandemic na ito, at nagpapasalamat kami kay Miles na tumulong sa amin at sa kanilang organisasyon.
The video that Jaewon and her team worked to put together, and you're leading this up to Giving Tuesday tomorrow. So talk to a little bit about that, because that's about hoping the community will continue to give back to ACDC as well, right?
Yeah, so I don't know if people have heard of Giving Tuesday before, but it's actually an annual global phenomenon, and it comes back every year on social media. But I think that it can definitely get more engagement and traction this year because of all the hardship, not just nationwide and globally, but here locally in Nevada. So one of the nonprofits you can definitely help is us, ACDC. We want to use every single dollar to help save people from eviction, help put food on the table for families. So please consider us an option for Giving Tuesday.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Jaywan. I think it's a good time to bring in our friend Pannie Way into the conversation here. So excited to have you with us, Pannie, because you're a longtime supporter of ACDC, a great friend of this organization. And, you know, you've been there in person, even though you live in Southern California, you have businesses out here in Nevada. And you've actually been there at some of our food drives event that we had last month. And I mean, just tell me your reaction, just seeing people out here and just how the organization is giving back in this way.
I was so incredibly, first of all, I'm so honored to be a part of this program, and you guys are doing such incredible work. I am a longtime supporter of ACDC. I think all of your services are so amazing, such a touching tribute to and contribution to the local community in Nevada. And when I was at the meal distribution events and even at the voter registration events, I was so moved and so touched by all the volunteers, all of the heart of your organization, just distributing all those 350 meals and just the plethora of people coming in. You do see that there's such a need in the community, in the Vegas community, and there's really no shame in getting help when you need the help, especially during this time. Like, we really are all in this together, and everyone has to do their best to support each other. So I feel the service that you're providing and these wonderful, you know, gifts to the community through basic needs like food, and just like, I think just the feeling of knowing that someone's there for you, an organization like ACDC, it's really a phenomenal thing. And I feel like that's what moved me the most and made me even more like love this organization even more so, because of what you guys do. And it's not easy to get these grants. It's not easy to get these donations and these and the food and everything, and then to coordinate everything and get the community out there. I think it's just so tremendous. And I was just so happy to be there, and I'm going to continue to come and give back in my own way to ACDC, because you guys are doing really, really great work.
And Pannie, you know, your support means a lot. And I know you've been a part of the AAPI community, an advocate, a supporter for so long. And I think your perspective is really interesting, because we've talked in the past about, you know, you've seen Asian American business owners out there. You work with many of them, and sometimes it's tough because of our culture and because of our, you know, the way we're raised, that, you know, we have a lot of pride, right? And when we run into tough times, or we're about on the brink of losing our homes or our businesses, we're still kind of like don't want to take what we see as handouts from groups, and you feel like you want to just talk to these communities and talk to these business owners, like, hey, when it's time, if there's help out there, then it's a good thing to accept those help.
Absolutely. I think it's one of my observations, like being a hypnotherapist and a motivational speaker, when I do speak at different conferences or conventions, you know, even pre-COVID, or even right now when I have conversations with other people in our community, and also business owners, small business owners, and people in, you know, just basically in all different industries. What I do see as a common theme is a feeling of pride, a sense of pride, maybe a little bit of shame also when it comes to receiving help. And I think our culture is, all of our Asian cultures all together have this beautiful quality and character of our sense of endurance, you know, our sense of hard work and sacrifice. And we live through things, we endure things, we survive oppression, we overcome, we rise up, we get up, we go harder. But at this unusual time, because this is an unprecedented time in our history, that this pandemic's happening, it's unusual and it's different. And I feel like when there's help out there, we actually have to not just humble ourselves, but actually learn how to receive. I think Asian culture is such a selfless culture, and that this is just what I've observed as a hypnotherapist over 15 years, you know, of my practicing, like time and time again, it's about our self-sacrifice. But I feel like in this moment right now, when you have the help that is being given to you, like from organizations like ACDC, it's important to sort of learn how to find the balance and learn to receive, because if you continually give, you'll be depleted. And so you have to, on a maybe spiritual note, learn how to receive as well. And you know, Petrani and I were talking about how there was the same situation in Los Angeles, where there was a huge donor actually from New York City that was offering assistance to small business owners, because as soon as the protests were happening, LA was like shut down. Stores were boarded up because there was, you know, a little bit of rioting. And so a lot of these small businesses in Los Angeles, you know, were broken into, they were looted, you know, people who put their entire life savings into a business basically lost everything. And, you know, one of my friends, actually, same thing. His family business, like also just over 30 years, just, you know, shut down. And so this one, you know, wonderful angel actually from New York was like, I want to invest in Los Angeles. I'm going to give you guys a lot of money. And can you help me find, because I know you need the assistance right now to help rebuild LA. And can you find small business owners that would be willing to take this free money, you know, support at this time? And he reached out to me, another person reached out to me, a lot of people reached out to me asking me if I could help identify some of these businesses, because they were having trouble giving the money away. People were having issues with receiving because of a sense of pride and like fear of being shamed or publicly humiliated or whatever. And I feel like that's something in our culture that we need to heal.
And I think because it's trust too, isn't it? Like people, they feel like, hey, I don't know where I'm getting this money from. Can I trust this? Is my information going to get out there? You know what I mean? There's so many things that people think about. But I think, you know, this kind of, conversation is good. And just having people like you and people in the community who want to reach out personally, because I think that makes a difference, right? When that information is coming from people that they trust.
Yeah, and it's like you're saying, like if you need translation services, if you need people to help actually explain the process so that they can understand that this is really just a gift and there's no retribution from it. There's no like punishment from receiving this wonderful gift. It's just that, you know, it's a very important time to get the help if you need the help right now. And so it happened here in LA. Like we were having trouble getting people to say yes. And then eventually we realized we had to go like door to door to each of these business owners and speak to them, to be able to explain that this is truly a gift and you need the help. And it's just an angel investor and an angel person that just came in and really just is identifying that there is that they needed the help and they should take it. And so, you know, I really encourage everybody, you know, to partner up with ACDC and what you guys are doing so that you can provide, you know, the help that you have this wonderful gift to give to the community. And we all have to work together to stay afloat right now. And especially the casinos and the restaurant businesses right now, especially in Nevada, and also in Las Vegas, and also here in Los Angeles. Like the restaurant industry is being hit really, really hard because of all the restrictions. And, you know, I have business interest in the Momofuku restaurant group with Chef David Chang. And in Las Vegas, we have Momofuku, and we also have Major Domo at the Palazzo. So it's, it's an unusual time for everyone. And because of the restrictions now, like, you know, only at 25% capacity and people needing to make reservations going in, no walk-ins. It's just, you know, it's a tough time. And I think it's being hit really, really hard. And I feel like, especially we need to reach out to the people in the small businesses in the restaurant industry so that they can stay afloat. Otherwise we won't be able to, you know, they're not going to survive in the next month or two. Even with the advent of the vaccines, which is the best news ever, you know, that's on its way.
We're so hopeful, you know, that 2021 will bring much more good news than what we had in 2020. But the goal right now, of course, as Pannie said, is that, you know, this affects everyone. And the fact that the Asian American Pacific Islander, we're not immune, right? And vice, you know, and when Pannie was talking about, you know, people affected in different communities, and you've been talking to people, I mean, people who work at hotels, restaurants, you know, all of these people are affected and they're reaching out to you personally. I mean, what's the easiest way for people to do this? Can they call ACDC directly and say, hey, can I get the help?
Yes, so please reach out to us via email, which is info@acdcnv.org, or call us at 702-489-8866, and we would be happy to assist you in your need.
And then we're talking about how some people are kind of reluctant to get the help, or they don't feel like they have enough information. They can't, are you hearing that from certain people, that they're kind of like, am I eligible? Is this a good thing I should be doing?
Yes, we are. But as soon as we assure them that about our organization and the requirements that they need to comply, they're happy to oblige with the required documentations that we need from them. So it's easy. We'll just have you fill out the forms through online, and at the same time, if you are unable to have access to a computer, we will be happy to assist you in our office, but by appointment only. So it's very important to contact us through our email or via phone.
And talk to me about the eligibility, because I've been talking to some people in the Thai community, and they'll be asking like, oh, your immigration status, does that matter? How long they lived here, what's their age, and how many people in their family, so those kind of questions come up.
Yes, so in terms of immigration status, we're not looking for if you're an immigrant or legal permanent resident, but as much as possible, what we require for you is to provide the forms, fill out the forms, and at the same time that you are a Clark County resident. So it is again free, and it is safe for you to apply for this particular program.
Yeah, free money, right? I mean, who doesn't like that? As long as you can give us the proper paperwork, I think that is key here. And Jaewon, I just want to touch on you for a little bit, because this week is not only Giving Tuesday coming up tomorrow, you've also been working on a new campaign called Asian Small Business Week, because we're really, as Pannie was saying, so many small businesses have been affected by this. What is that? How's that campaign been like, and the small businesses that are taking part so far?
Well, first of all, we have a website. If anybody wants to see some of the local businesses in Las Vegas, just go to asiansmallbusinessweek.com. And as we discussed throughout today's show, small businesses have really been one of the hardest hit from this pandemic. Mm-hmm. So we really just want to highlight these businesses and encourage the community to get out and support these businesses. Some of them do online business, so it's definitely worth checking out. And a lot of them are offering promotions. So yeah, just take this opportunity. Today is Cyber Monday. So yeah, make sure you go out and just support these businesses.
Yeah, no, and just so many great programs going on right now. And in light of Giving Tuesday tomorrow, just want to put it out there that this is such a great time to think about giving back, right? Because we hear all these stories, and the needs are out there. We've seen lines at all these food drives all over the country, not just here in Nevada. So, so many people are in need of just basic necessities, and ACDC is giving that back right now. And, Pannie, I want to give you a chance to just kind of sum up your feelings and reactions so far. I know you've been a friend of ACDC for a long time, and just kind of, leading up to this point this year, it's just so important to see nonprofits like this get the support that they need, right?
Right. And I feel like the leadership there is amazing with Yui and all of you, all the hard work that you guys do to support the community. It's not easy to get these amazing grants, this gift of all this financial support. And I feel like it's when I come out as a volunteer, for me, it's my way of also, like, I feel like continually to be a good role model for the next generation, we have to continue model like positive behavior of the abundance that we have in life. We give it back to the community and vice versa, and keep that sort of cycle of giving and receiving going. And this organization does this phenomenal job, led by Vita and Yui and all of you, and you do an amazing job of just serving all the different areas that our community needs. The API community in Las Vegas is not that different than here in Los Angeles, and I think your organization is phenomenal. It's probably one of the, I think it's like the largest and the best in your area that serves the API community. So I will continually support it. And I hope people find you guys, because the resources you have are really, really they're very tremendous and they're very helpful. And I think, especially during this time, during this pandemic, and I hope people use this wonderful organization to start the new year well, because you want to start your new goals in the new year, kick it off great, and get a strong foundation. And if you're a small business owner out there and you're listening right now, you should reach out to ACDC, because this organization will continue to support you and help you thrive through every growth period of your business. And even just the things that I do, like even the employees, I'm sure, of the different business interests that I have, like I'm going to let them know about it, because there's just so many people that like, especially in the restaurant industry, so many people that make this a team that happen, like in terms of a restaurant happen and keep it running. But all those people have lives and families and people they need to support. So I think, ACDC provides that wonderful foundation right now to support some of these families that need the help, and hopefully we can help these businesses stay afloat so that they can, support their families. And I would just hate to see the economy go kaput even more so. So I feel like you were saying, very, very feeling very hopeful and positive because of the vaccines coming out. And I think that will help with everyone feeling more comfortable to get out there again and hopefully, support our local businesses.
Yeah. So staying healthy and staying safe and
Yes.
healthy and talking about staying healthy, Vice, we want to remind everyone as well, open enrollment period is still underway. That's another service that ACDC is helping to get out. So what would you like people to know? You want people to contact ACDC for that as well.
Yes. So if you have not enrolled, open enrollment runs through January 15, 2021, and contact us to speak to one of our state licensed health navigators at 702-782-4482. So there are more insurance carriers this year offering qualified health plans. The Nevada HealthLink plans are for those individuals here in Nevada who don't qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, even if you don't have you're employed, but you don't have an employee-sponsored health coverage, including those who are independent contractors, and basically anyone who is seeking an affordable and comprehensive plan. So reach out to ACDC, and we will help you find, compare, and shop for a qualified health plan. So get peace of mind and get covered.
Very good. All right. Well, thank you so much. Lots of help, lots of giving. All of our guests today, thank you so much for joining us. Jay Wan and Vice Solano with ACDC and Pannie. If you want to reach out to Pannie, her website is pannieway.com. We'll put that information on the comment as well. But thank you so much, Pannie, for being such a longtime supporter of ACDC and for speaking out today and helping us spread the word. We need this. We need people to get the word out as much as possible. So thank you to all of you for joining us on the show today on PHLV Radio. We'll be back next Monday at noon. And for now, we'll hope you have a great week and a safe week as well.
The reason I enroll is so that when he's sick, going to the doctor doesn't have to be a difficult choice.
Whatever your reason, we're here for you.